Okay, so today we're postpartum day 5. I'm currently filming this as I'm doing the laundry that has been sitting in my hallway since Thursday, I think, and it's Sunday, so 4 days of um, stuff in the hallway. So I was like, it's probably pretty relatable to a lot of people as a former person who would never have stuff sitting in her hallway for 5 days or whatever, however many is between that. I can't even think. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about today, I'm going to talk about mindset and then my training for today and then my nutrition and just show you guys some of the stuff I pre-made that is going to be super helpful and has been. So mindset wise, I had a really interesting thing happen the other day with Michael and I is we have this like little, it's like a pillow. I don't even know what it's called. I'm sure you guys know, that you put the baby in and they can't move and it's just really comfy for them. It was given to me by my girl, Ashley. Shout out to her. She's been super helpful as like a person that I can go to, in my journey. So this little pillow, like we had Olivia wrapped up and then we put her in it. And on Sunday night, Michael had put her on the couch with it. And obviously she's not rolling. She's literally born 5 days ago. But I like looked and I was like, like super uneasy about it of just like where it was. And I thought like, oh my gosh, but if it falls, like she's gonna fall off and then she's gonna roll and then like my baby's gonna, I don't know, whatever happens to a baby that falls off a couch. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I do not like that feeling. But I was like, it's okay, you know, like I was just super uncomfortable with it, but I didn't feel like I needed to do anything because my parents were over and like I knew like it's okay. So the next day, we have her swaddled and Michael puts her in it again and then he sets her up on the counter with it. And I can't even describe that feeling, but it was like, ugh. And I told him, I was like, okay, you know, this is completely irrational and I recognize that, I know that, but can I ask that we don't put her like in that and then on top of something that she can, you know, that she can fall off of? And he looked at me like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, I know, like it doesn't make any sense. She's like, but I like started getting worked up about it, which was really odd. Because I mean, let's take a step back and from like watching a movie, right? So that's something we really encourage with our clients is let's take ourselves out of this position and look at yourself from the lens of like either your inner critic, so the person that's telling you these horrible things about yourself, or I like to say like your best friend, because there's shit we say to ourselves that we would never tell our best friend. So I'm trying to like bring myself out of my body and be like, okay, what is so fearful about her being in this pillow thing on top of the counter? And it was like, and I'm telling him like, I can't explain it. It's just a feeling. It's just a feeling. He's like, well, Amanda, we can't like make decisions based off of a feeling. Like, and I'm not going anywhere. She's literally right here. He was literally like here buttering his toast and she was here. And he's like, so I like, and I was like, it's an easy solution. Can you just put her on the ground? He's like, on the kitchen ground too. Super, you know, if there's any dirty place in my house, it's the kitchen. And he was like, I'm not putting her on the floor of the kitchen. And I was like, kind of like, I'm just making like a simple request. Like, I started getting like really upset and emotional, like bawling. And he was like, what the fuck is happening? And so, mindset wise, that's really hard because, like, you know, and this is not something that just happens for moms because this has happened before I became a mom. But you know, you're like, I know this is crazy. Like, and it's like in my head, but I just need it to like happen. And now I'm creating conflict with my significant other and I don't know how to explain it to him and he's not understanding and you could spiral. So I spiraled. I had my first spiral. So I was like, oh, you know, fine. Because my thing is like I just shut down. Um, so if you hear stuff in the background, that's Olivia, she's sleeping. And so I just kind of shut down, started sitting on the couch, but then I started like working myself up of like it's crazy that I think that's it's like, but he just doesn't understand. He like doesn't understand. It's a simple request. Oh my gosh. And I had to like, then I was like, I'm not gonna just like sit here bawling on the couch watching it and venting Anna, which is a terrible, like, that's another show I could rant about. But anyway, so I like start doing stuff to like, I don't know, feel better. And then he comes in, he's like, what's wrong with you? Why are you bawling over this? Like, what's, and it creates like that riff. And so we like separated, calmed down, came back together, talked about it. And it's like, we just need a new way of communication because understandably so, he's like, we both have a vested interest in this child, obviously. But we have to figure out like how to communicate that now because our communication, I will say in the beginning was not good. And then we've worked really hard on it and have had a lot of help from therapy, couples therapy, multiple times on different stages in our relationship. And so he's like, we need to go back to this one therapist that we had seen last year and just kind of work on that and figure it out. He's like, we're not going to break up, but like you're crying like we're going to break up. And I'm like, I know. So that was really interesting because that was my first like irrational fear moment. And I think even if you're not a mom, we all have a lot of irrational fears that are happening. Like, for example, irrational fear that I see with clients is Thanksgiving's coming up. This will probably come out around then. But if I have the pie on Thanksgiving, my fear and my reality is that I will then gain weight. I'll gain weight. And so fuck it. I like, if I have the pie, I might as well have everything. And then I overindulge and then I feel guilty about that. Or I'm so fearful to gain weight that I'm going to restrict myself from the pie and then not enjoy Thanksgiving because I'm thinking about the pie the whole fucking time. So irrational fears come in many ways. We just as new parents and parents in general experience them in different ways. But I want the people who are watching this who do not have kids to understand like the fears that you have about certain things just change when you get into parenthood. So we'll see where that helps us or where we go from there. I mean, I definitely think we'll go back to therapy and whatnot, which sucks because you never want to go to therapy for your relationship. But hey, man, if it helps us in like a time where there is an actual issue with her rolling off a countertop, then I'm happy to do that. And I'm happy that Michael identified that for us of being like, let's get ahead of this before it becomes something big. So comment below on your irrational fear that you had during motherhood, because I bet you there are so many that we had like training wise. So if you watched my day 3 video, I'm still doing breathing. I'm doing that throughout the day. I'm trying to really focus on that while I'm just hanging out with her, especially feeding her. Still doing my like whole body or I would say whole canister contractions. So 2 sets of 6 with a 3-second hold. And then I'm doing my lower TA contractions, 2 sets of 10, give or take. So I'm trying to be more mindful of like, as I'm getting up, what my belly is doing and kind of engaging that as if I'm doing not like a sit up, but just more of like, I would say a bird dog, right? Position. And so like, because I can see it kind of separating and opening up for those of you that are just watching. So of course I'm kind of hugging the baby, what I was working on before with lifting, then sitting up. So almost like a bracing. So I'm trying to be more mindful of that. And then today we're going to do a 5-minute walk. So I have not been outside since we got home from I haven't been outside honestly since like last Sunday. So a month, because we were in the hospital, and then in the hospital we got home, and then I've just been inside with her. So we're going to do a 5-minute walk today. I don't know if I'm going to bring her or not. That's all I like. Maybe it'll be around the block. Maybe it'll be a 7-minute walk. But I do notice like if I'm up more, I'm like, I can just feel like my body kind of be like, oh my God, help me. So that's movement wise what we're doing. And then nutrition wise, still not counting calories. I'm definitely, my hunger is increasing as I've got milk now. I'm on the team no bra, and honestly, probably no shirt half the fucking time. Um, because it's so inconvenient to like just wear one, to be honest. And like the other day, my dad came over. Michael was gone, so my dad came over just hang out with her, and like I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, like I feel like my milk like dripping on my stomach, and so I was like, oh dang. So I like get up to like just grab a paper towel, thinking like, oh, I'll just wipe it. So I get the paper towel, sit down, and then I like go to wipe, and actually it was this jacket. Um, there's just like this huge milk stain, and I was like, that's so adorable to have in front of your father. Like, sweet. So then I put on my bra with my nipple patties to contain the situation. So now I have to be mindful of that if there are people other than my lover around. Okay, then nutrition wise, still not taking calories, like I said, or tracking calories rather, definitely more hungry. And then I'm gonna go into the kitchen and show you what I've pre-made, and then we'll go on. In the kitchen. Okay, so I prepped a bunch of stuff before Olivia came, and that way we just had it on hand. I haven't been using it, and it's been super inconvenient. So I was like, oh yeah, like why the fuck did I prep a bunch of stuff if I'm not gonna use it? So here we are, I've got it out. So I did a green chili soup. Soup is super easy to make in an Instapot, and that's what I did most of the time. But I put everything in like an individual bag and froze it flat so I can just pull it out. Another thing that I always recommend clients, pregnant or not, hash. So this is sweet potato, ground turkey, red pepper, and jalapeno. Again, another Instapot or crock pot meal. That's super easy to make, just throw it all in there. We did a big Costco run, and this is like a sirloin steak kind of thing. That's already pre-cooked. I would highly recommend that too. So anything that you could have cooked ahead of time or can cook ahead of time in the crock pot and Instapot, freeze in individual portions, just pull it out as you need it. Costco has individual serving sizes of the larger items. I highly recommend that. We did the steak, carnitas, and I think there's something else in there. And then another thing that's been an awesome game changer is I made a bunch of smoothies. So this is a banana. I did strawberry, blueberry, and acai. So protein powder, Greek yogurt or fake Greek yogurt, and some brewer's yeast to help with milk supply too. And those have been awesome to have because like lunch and like food to me is still like nothing sounds appetizing, but honestly a smoothie is pretty good and it's sweet. Fridge wise, let's see if you guys can see a little bit. We just got everything prepped. I'm still trying to figure out like a nightly snack to have that I can eat while we're feeding in the middle of the night. But banana's been a great addition, but it's not holding me over. So I ended up making some overnight oats, and I'm gonna see if these help at night. Just kind of help with the hunger. So when I wake up, I'm not like, oh, I'm so freaking hungry. So if you enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you think of your irrational fear. And then I look forward to y'all joining me in the future journey. So thanks. I'll let you know how it goes. I've got to go feed her and hopefully not leak on my shirt again.